Hello everyone, this is Animation 4. Welcome back to some more FTB Infinity involved. We're going to do some serious math now. Okay, this is going to be a little complicated. So, what do I want to do with all this power? Well, I don't really have any need for it. So why not turn it into some matter? But you know, you can also use power to generate some scrap, right? So I got to figure out if it's worth it to generate a bunch of scrap and at what point. Basically, how much power do I need to maximize matter production while still maximizing scrap? So like, I need lots of scrap, but I still need power for the fabricator. But like, how much power do I need to use all the scrap? I'm just gonna get these things going. So this one had no scrap. This one had one piece. This one had two pieces. This one had a stack. I think I forgot to put any in that one. I put a stack in this one because I don't think I actually put any in that one. This is already some. Nope, I didn't put any in that one. And we're just gonna let them run until the power runs out and see the exact effect of each piece of scrap on production. Okay, so results: 3 millibuckets, 99%. 4 millibuckets, 2%. 4 millibuckets, 4%. So that's like 2 to 3% per scrap. 5 millibuckets, 59%. Okay, I have to do something real quick. So that's 5.59. 5.59 minus. I'll go with the 3.99. Divide that by 64. Yeah, that is exactly 2.5% per scrap. Okay, now looking at the original, it used 4 million minus 256. It used 3,999,744 EU to generate 3.99. Okay, so 3. I want to know. Yeah, so 3.99 divided by 3,999,744 is 0.0000099. No, one more zero. I was off by one. 9.9 times 10 to the minus 7th. So 1 million 1 million EU converts to 1 UU matter. Okay, now I have to look at how much energy it takes to process one piece of scrap on average, because it is random. So I need a recycler to do this. So I'm going to take a few random samples. Recycler, 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 recycler. Give them each, I don't know, a stack of recyclers. The item really doesn't matter. And if you're saying, oh, the item matters, the cyclers are definitely going to give you more. I'll do cobble on this one. And, no, MFSU. Just run. And this should give me an approximate average. I'm sure the value's up there. I think I figured it out. It was like 1 in 10 before, but I want to know for sure. I need to sample things. Ready for this twist? You thought recyclers would be more? We got 4. We got 5. We got 5. We got 7. And we got 9. Who didn't most know? It was Cobblestone. Yeah, that's right. So compile these all together using the magic of math. And that was 64 times 5 is 320. I got 30 out of it. So exact percent is, no, that's the wrong way. 30 over 320. 9.375. Okay, I feel comfortable saying 10%. So it takes exactly 10 material processes to produce one piece of scrap. And I already forgot the number for scrap to the other one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Drop a recycler here. I'm going to place 10 items inside. And see how much energy that takes. You're using power. What? Why? It used so little power, it didn't actually have to output. I need a bigger sample. The recyclers use so little power that it sends 512 EU per tick. It sent 512 EU, and then it waited so long before I had to send another 512 that it only sent it twice. So I need a bigger sample. I'm going to put down the recycler. I'm going to get a hopper. And I'm going to do 250 items. Nah, that's too many. I'm lazy. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. 100 items. See how much energy that takes. Okay, so that confirms my 10% theory. That used 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 3, 9, 9, 5, 9, 5, 3, 9, 2. That used 4,608 EU. Divide that by 100 means it's about 46.08 EU per action. I could look up the exact answer, but I'm going to go with 50. 50's an action. Yeah, I'll go with 50. I'm going to say it's 50 EU. 50 EU per action. 10 actions per scrap. Easy math. 500 EU per scrap. Okay. Well, here's the numbers from the other side. 1 millibucket was 1,000,000 EU. 1 scrap got you 0.025 millibuckets. So that means 40 scrap will get you 1 millibucket. So 40 scrap is then equivalent to 1,000,000 EU in terms of direct processing. Therefore, 1 scrap is equivalent to 25,000 EU. That's just a little bit more than 500. Just a little bit. So yeah, the next thing I have to look at is I basically got to pump this thing with as much scrap as it'll take, but how much power do I need to do that? How many mass fabricators can I get running at once? That's what I got to find out now. I have to pump them with scrap and still have enough power to keep them running. Because if I just throw scrap in here, nothing's going to happen. If I cut the power. Oh. If I just throw scrap in here, nothing's going to happen. I need to give it some amount of power. Exactly how much power that is, I'm not quite sure. So how am I going to test this theory? I'm going to continuously supply it with scrap and power and see how much it uses of each. Because I can't exactly force in more. I'll then try restricting power by using a smaller battery. Bat box, maybe? This is 32 EU per tick output. That'll restrict the power. Creative chest. Need some scrap. Push there. So that'll be supplied with scrap. 400k. Go until that thing drains. Do the same thing right here. Hopper. Strongbox. Take that. This thing doesn't have any because I grabbed the wrong one. That one's full. This one has 40,000. Okay, you see this is going a lot slower. See, that's where the concern comes in. How much power do I need to provide it so that it actually runs? Technically, this is better. So if I just have more mass fabricators, then it's fine. But I want to know. I must know the exact answer. So I'm going to run until this MFE is empty, until this bat box is empty, which shouldn't take too long, and kind of compare them and see what happens. Okay, I redid this sample a little bit different. Bat box got me nothing, not even 1 millibucket. So I used a different cable. This cable sends a max through of 128 EU per tick. The glass fiber cable has infinite, so it'll max out at the MFE's 512. So this one received 512 EU per tick, and this one received 128 for varying amounts of time, because I varied the amount of power I put in. So basically in this scenario, if I limit the power, can use more scrap, because using scrap is much more power efficient than using power. So we got 23 millibuckets, and in this one we got 23 millibuckets. It's consistent. That is cool. That's really good to know. So it doesn't matter. I chuck as much power as I want into these things. They're not going to change. It's going to consume a consistent amount of scrap to EU, which basically means my test was pointless. But it also means I can go forward feeling comfortable that I'm not doing anything horribly wrong. Yeah, I'm going with that. So, this is... Does it actually use 512? I think it does. I think it uses 512 EU per tick. So I need to provide 512 EU per tick for the Mass Fabricator. Which, how many ticks? Let me look at, let me do a few more numbers here. 4 million minus 256. Divide that by 512. That took 7,812 ticks. Technically, so did this one. So, how much more did this produce? How much scrap did it consume in 7,812 ticks? Well, we got... I need to write stuff down here. Jeez, working with numbers is so hard. So, 800 scrap in 7,812 ticks equals 800 divided by 7812 is, invert that. I have to generate 1 scrap every 9.765 ticks. So 1 scrap per 9.765 ticks. Let me look at that. Does that seem right? Like, how fast was it using this stuff? Yeah, that's right. So it's about 10 ticks per scrap. That's about 2 scraps a second. Yeah. So, if I need 2 scraps a second, that means I need to process 20 items per second. How fast does a recycler process? Okay. 1 recycler uses... Ready for this? This is a big, scary number. 1.25 EU per tick. I think I got that right. This is something. I'm doing something wrong here. This is way too easy. This is way too easy. No, that can't be right. I'm maybe running 20 recyclers. That's 20 EU per tick. Added onto the 512. That's 532 EU per tick. And how much energy am I going to be producing? 1 second. Nether. How much energy am I going to be producing with one of these things? 10k. 10k EU per tick. Okay. You know, let's just make 18 mass fabricators and have them running at full power. That's ultimately what it comes down to. 1 nether star every 2 minutes is enough power to fully operate at max efficiency 18.8 mass fabricators. Math is fun, isn't it? Okay, if only these things weren't so freaking expensive. They're actually not that expensive, never mind. Okay. Okay. We're doing this. Who needs to go pump it from a nether dimension? We're just gonna... Yeah, let's go over to the real world now. I don't know how I want to do that. Ender pearls are always easy. I can't throw an ender pearl. There we go. Let's have some fun. So, wait, we're still here. Oh, that's right. We have more experiments to do. So something we have to consider is it's 1 scrap every 9.765 ticks. That's about a scrap every 10 ticks. So that's 2 scrap a second, which is about 20 items per second on average. And that's per Mass Fabricator. I'm gonna make 18 Mass Fabricators. Eventually. Maybe not right away, but eventually I'm gonna have 18 Mass Fabricators. What's 20 times 18? 360? 360 cobblestone, or 360 items per second? Cobblestone slabs specifically. Lots and lots of cobblestone slabs. Which means, divide that in 2, you get 180 cobblestone a second. And then there's also the cobblestone we need to make the TNT. We have to pulverize cobblestone. Don't have any cobblestone in my inventory to show the recipe. Sand. No, recipe sand. Yeah, cobblestone to sand. And then we can do that, but that's like 1 per second. So if we get 200 cobblestone a second, I'll be fine with that. So what are the ways of getting cobblestone? Well, you got your igneous extruders, and you got your transfer nodes with world interaction upgrades. I'm going to let these guys run for 10 minutes. And I know which ones are going to be better. This is more of a how many do I need of any particular type. I cannot find a stopwatch. Okay, we're going to go for 10 minutes. When I pull the lever, they will all start. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. See ya in 10 minutes. Bye-bye. Okay, coming up on time here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Well, yeah, these are all the same. These speed upgrades don't do anything. I don't think I'm going to be using igneous extruders. Unfortunately. Nah, fortunately, those things are expensive. These are expensive too. They take 3 diamonds each. But it's not as bad. Yeah, a single world interaction upgrade produced 1183. This produced 296. 1183. Yeah, it's 4 times. I could have guesstimated that. This produced twice as much. This produced 4 times. It's a linear improvement from there. So 2 transfer nodes, each with a world interaction upgrade, is the same as 1 transfer node with 2. So theoretically, I can produce all the cobble I will need with a single transfer node. But how many world interaction upgrades do I need? Let's see. That was 600 seconds. So I need to have gotten... I should be able to do this in my head. Yeah, 120,000. This is 75,000. Let me look at this real quick. 75, 712 over 600. That was 126. Actually, I should just do this one. It should be the same rate. 1183 over 600. 1.97 cobble per second. So 2 cobble per second per world interaction upgrade, approximately. Right? 757 12 divided by 64 is 1183 exactly. So yeah, so a little less than 2 cobble per second per world interaction upgrade. See about 100 or so world interaction upgrades. Probably go for about 110 world interaction upgrades. That's only 300 diamonds. That's not bad. Okay. For this time, no, we're going to do this differently. We're going to do it this way. For real this time. Let's go do some stuff. 110 world interaction upgrades. There goes all my iron. Okay, so we're in a weird spot right now. We're actually underneath the windmills. Because I don't want to do this close to the rest of my system. Because my base is made of wood. It'll start on fire. So, here we go. Transfer node. And then a lot of world interaction upgrades. Why are you not working? Water. There. Okay, it's there. And then right into a cyclic assembler. Which I didn't do the recipe for. I have to do that. Okay, I gotta put speed upgrades on this thing. Yeah, it's a lot of cobble. I gotta make a quick blueprint for cobblestone slabs, and those are gonna be dumped into an ender chest marked gray, 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 into a deep storage unit. So I think it's a schematic. Yes, one of these things. Give me the stuff for one of these. It's gonna be dumped into a deep storage unit, which is gonna be in the last millennium, which is where all of the wither killing will be done. And from there, it can be distributed amongst recyclers. Drop that in there. See, it just went. And then ender chest right here for orange. That's not fast enough. That is not fast enough. I'll see about putting a speed upgrade on this. That is not fast enough. I'm going to now go to the last millennium and place down the deep storage unit so we can see how that functions, and how many items it starts pulling. So I need to note any more speed upgrades. You know, the reason I put it back there is because it had power. I forgot this has power also. That's gonna be moved. I can't. That's moving back here. Okay, this should be a lot better. Try this face. This way. Sure. Okay, let's see if I could do this like super efficiently. So the lava block's gonna be here. Oh, didn't know I was hovering. The lava block's gonna go there. The lava block's gonna provide its own light, so that's fine. I need a piece of cobblestone. Actually, you know what? I can just do that. Yeah. Cobblestone here. Water block's gonna go right here. Or yeah, that way looks fine. Transfer node here. All the upgrades, all the speed. This gets dropped in here. Configuration, that's blue. Yes, I have this set with max speed augmentations. And maybe if I just do this. And then set this. I hope this is fast enough. It's not going. It is going! I don't think that's fast enough. Okay, I'm going to do a quick 1-minute test here. Because I'm getting really tired of long tests. I'm going to screenshot the beginning. I'm going to screenshot the end. So I have exact numbers. Let me get the timer up. And 3, 2, 1, go. So we have a mark at the beginning. Just 1 minute this time. Okay, I'm going to do 100 seconds. Totally not because I wasn't paying attention. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, so the difference between these two would be 100 seconds apart. I'm going to take a look real quick. Okay, so it's producing 120 cobblestone slabs per second, which isn't enough. I need another cyclic assembler. You can see this thing's fill up with cobblestone. The only thing tricky about that is that's not going to... Actually, I can make it right next to it. That's fine. Okay, I got to move stuff around. Okay, okay. Please retain your inventory. Thank you. And move this up here. You're now putting to the top. Nothing there, nothing there. So I can put another cyclic assembler right here, and they'll both have direct access. And that should maximize output for whatever amount of cobblestone I put in. We'll be getting as many slabs as possible. This is just a lot, but somehow it's still not enough. Creepers are still doing great. Right? Everything's good here? Yeah, cool. Alright, let's try this out now. Here's a cyclic assembler. Configuration looks good. And schematic goes in here. And then power. Is that going? I can't tell. Why is... I didn't write the schematic. Why did I not write the schematic? Be right back. Okay. Here you go. So let's take a look at this. This is normally out of cobblestone, which is a good thing. That means all the cobblestone is getting used as fast as it can. Oh, shoot. Looks like these are actually slowly decreasing in cobblestone amounts. Will this ever hit 0? Yeah, see it starting to hit 0. It's starting to hit 0 longer and longer. Yeah, it's slowly decreasing in cobblestone. So I have to wait until these run out. Please just drop. Why can't I drop cobblestone? There we go. Oh look, they're running out really quickly. Okay, so now these are running purely on the cobblestone they are receiving as it goes. See, there is slight moments when it's out. Very occasional slight moments when it actually runs out of cobblestone. See the cyclic assemblers, does it look like they turn off for a second? Kind of looks like they turn off for a split second. They are using 400 ARF a tick though. So that has to be taken into account. So let's do a quick 1 minute this time sample of this and see if we got anything better. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. There's a minute. I was a little over a minute, but let's check out these values. Current cobblestone per second, cobblestone slabs per second, 226.1. So it's at least 220. Let me get rid of all these. I do have my dev null on me. Could have just been picking them up. Okay, so we now have enough cobblestone slabs being generated. That's a lot of numbers, by the way, to run the recyclers. So now, how many recyclers? Well, that's the interesting question. One recycler can process one item in 2 seconds, which means for every mass fabricator, which takes 20 slag, which requires 20 items to be processed every second. That's 40 recyclers per mass fabricator. It's a big number. 720 recyclers. Yeah. It's fine. That's a fine thing. You know, recyclers are actually not that expensive. One second. Let me do some real quick math. How much iron is that going to take? It's not like an incredibly amount, But it's a lot of iron. Recycler. Okay, so 2, 3, plus 9, plus 12. Only 8,640 iron. I'm only going to do 3 Mass Fabricators to start off with, which is 120 times 12. So only 1,440. Yeah. Yeah. Has to be raining. But that's going to have to do it. We're running a bit long here. Lots of experiments done. We now know all the numbers, have all the facts, and are ready to start making wither power to produce a bunch of UU matter. So the wither spawner is going to go way up here. So in case a spare wither skull does manage to escape, it's probably not going to hit anything. There's going to be a separate shield over all this stuff, just to be sure. And then once we get that going, we're going to convert it over to EU. And before next episode, I'm going to start making some mass fabricators and some recyclers. And yeah. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you in the next episode for that. So I didn't get to it today. There's too much other stuff we had to finish up first, but everything else is in place. We're good to go with 196,000 cobblestone slabs. That's almost enough.